Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're the show that takes, well, often complex stuff, digs into the sources, and pulls out what you really need to know. And today, we're doing something a bit different. Our source isn't some big study or, a popular business book. We're actually digging into an exam practice guide. Yeah, for the CBCBDC 2505 exam, it's all about SAP Business Data Cloud. Now, I know what you might be thinking, an exam guide. Seriously. But look, these things are like maps. They point straight to what the experts think is most important. Our mission today isn't about passing a test. It's really to shortcut you to getting genuinely up to speed on something pretty fundamental to modern business. We're going to pull out those key facts, those insights that maybe aren't obvious about how companies handle their data today.
And just to give a bit of context on where we're pulling this from, this exam, it's got about 40 multiple choice questions, some single answers, some multiple. You get 90 minutes, it's in English, and you generally need around 65% to pass. But don't think of those as just, dry facts about a test. Think of them as signposts. They show us the core knowledge, SAP itself says, is vital for understanding their business data cloud. We're basically using that structure as our guide to find the real value point.
Exactly. It's like peeling back the technical layers to see not just what this thing is, but more importantly, why these specific bits matter so much for businesses trying to, well, swim in all the data they have now. All right, let's unpack this. So if we look at the core value, what's the number one problem, the biggest headache that SAP Business Data Cloud really solves for companies? What's it fundamentally about?
Well, what's really interesting here is how it goes right after that fragmentation problem, Businesses have data everywhere. So the key advantage, like the guide highlights, is enabling integrated data management across cloud environments. Think about what that actually means. You've got data in maybe AWS, some in Azure, maybe some still on-prem. This is about managing it seamlessly, unifying it, streamlining how you work with it, no matter where it lives. It's about breaking down those silos.
Right. That makes sense, because data silos are just, well, they stop you seeing the whole picture, don't they?
Precisely.
So how does bringing it all together, making it integrated, how does that actually help with making, better business decisions?
Okay, so that connects directly to the big picture. Integrated data is what fuels timely and accurate data insights. If you've got integrated data, you can get real-time, reliable information. Analytics that show what's actually happening now. So stakeholders, leadership teams, they can understand performance, spot trends immediately. It's critical for making smart calls fast.
Faster decisions, better decisions.
Okay.
So if the data is integrated, how does it actually get into the system in the first place, and how is it kept organized? This feels like where the nitty-gritty starts.
Yeah, this is where it gets interesting. You've got a couple of main data integration methods. There's API-based integration, which is great for real-time stuff. Think automated updates, data exchange happening, instantly between systems. And then you have the classic ETL processes. Extract, transform, load. That's more for batch processing, pulling data out, cleaning it up, structuring it, and then loading it in. You really need both for a complete picture.
Okay, APIs and ETL. Are there specific SAP tools that handle this?
Yeah.
Within their whole ecosystem?
Yes, definitely. The materials point to tools like SAP Cloud Platform Integration and also SAP Data Intelligence. These aren't just generic connectors, they're pretty specialized. Built to handle linking up different data sources, doing complex transformations, that kind of thing.
Gotcha. So when a company first sets this up, it's like step one, a really crucial initial step.
Right at the beginning, during the system configuration phase, setting up the data integration connections is absolutely fundamental. It sounds basic, maybe, but getting those connections configured properly between Business Data Cloud and all the other systems, that's what makes the data flow smoothly. If that's not right, you're just asking for trouble down the line with inconsistent data. It's like plumbing, got to get it right first time.
Right, the plumbing. Okay, so connections are set up. What kind of data are we actually managing here? What types are most important?
Primarily, we're dealing with two main types, master data and transactional data. Master data is that core sort of foundational stuff, customer details, product lists, supplier info, the nouns of the business, you could say. Transactional data is the verbs. It's the events, sales orders, invoices, deliveries, payments, things that happen. Managing both is obviously key.
Okay, master and transactional. But keeping that master data, the customer names, the product codes, consistent across a whole huge company. That sounds like a major challenge. How do you ensure it's trustworthy everywhere?
That's a great question, and it leads right into master data governance. Its main job is ensuring the consistency and quality of master data enterprise-wide. Think about it. You need sales, finance, logistics, everyone, using the exact same definition and details for a customer or a product. Governance provides the rules, the processes, the controls to make sure that core data is accurate, standardized, and reliable across the whole organization. It's about creating that single source of truth.
A single source of truth. That sounds essential, especially if you want reliable analytics, bad data in, bad insights out.
Exactly.
Okay, so we have good quality data. Now let's talk about keeping it safe. And also, what happens to data over time? Does it just sit there forever?
Security first, absolutely critical. The system uses several key data security measures, things like role-based access control, so only the right people see the right data. Also, strict compliance with data privacy laws, think GDPR, CCPA, things like that. It has to meet those standards. And, of course, data encryption, both when data is moving, in transit, and when it's stored at rest, protects it from prying eyes.
Okay, that covers safety. But what about its lifespan? Data gets old, right? Less relevant.
It does, and that's where data lifecycle management comes into play. This involves things like automated data retention, archiving, and deletion. So the system can automatically manage data based on rules, keep it for as long as regulations require, maybe archive older, less used data to cheaper storage, and eventually delete data that's no longer needed or allowed. It stops you just endlessly hoarding everything and helps manage costs and compliance.
Smart. Okay, so we've got data flowing in correctly, it's integrated, it's high quality thanks to governance, it's secure, and its life cycle is managed. So the big payoff question, what does all this careful work let you actually do with the data? What kind of insights can you get?
Right. This is the end game, isn't it? It unlocks powerful reporting and analytics features. We're talking things like real-time dashboards and interactive analytics. So imagine managers seeing live sales performance or supply chain folks monitoring inventory levels instantly, visually. It's not just static reports printed out, it's dynamic. You can drill down, explore the data, spot trends as they're happening, and really understand why things are the way they are. It lets businesses be much more proactive, less reactive.
That sounds like a huge leap from just, basic spreadsheets or older reporting systems.
Oh, absolutely. It's about turning data into intelligence you can act on immediately.
So here's something to think about. We've talked a lot about integrating and governing structured business data, custom records, sales figures, etc. What parallels could you draw to managing the unstructured data in your own life? Your notes, your emails, digital photos, all that stuff. Could applying some of these ideas, maybe ensuring consistency or thinking about a life cycle for information, actually help you get more organized or even find insights in your own personal data chaos? Something to mull over. Thanks for joining us on The Deep Dive.